What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy OG Drip, man. You new to that channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button. Also hit that bell. Also smash that thumbs up as well. This is the channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, y'all. And today, I'm coming with y'all because somebody keep trying me in the comments like I just don't know what I'm talking about, man. It's just some dude, he's a Christian. He just only know the Bible, and he try to tell me everything outside the Bible. When he don't understand that everything was put together with all of this stuff. You need all this stuff to understand. You need astrology, you need Scientology, you need Greek mythology. You need to know all of this in order to understand the energy, understand lights. So when it comes down to lights, what is lights? Lights is planets, bro. So don't let these people get you twisted out here. You know what I mean? And that's the problem what's going on now. He's trying to tell me that when he was explaining all that sky talk, that it was talking about a man on the cross. Now, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And when it say signs and when it's talking about signs and the lights and the signs and stuff like that, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. If you don't know astrology, you would never understand that stuff, like at all. So you'll never understand the light. So by that being said, you need to be quiet and, you know what I'm saying, just fall back and keep an open mind so you can learn this stuff instead of trying to attack the people that's teaching. Because the people that taught you obviously taught you how to worship a demon, and that demon making you feel some type of way where you have to come to my page and address yourself to make yourself feel stronger. Start your own page. Go against what I got to say. Or come to a live debate so I can make you look stupid. But beyond that, y'all, I just got to let y'all know who I am, because I ain't soft from a long way and never been pussy. And I'm from Florida, and I let you know that. So, hey, like me for who I am. That's all I ask you for. And I'm not coming to fake no funk with nobody. You meet me in real life, this is just what it is. I'm who I am. I speak spiritual air where I go. I ain't embarrassed of my shit. You know what I mean? And I live that in life. I stay up 3 in the morning. And all these videos y'all be seeing be coming from 4 in the morning and stuff. My shit take a long time to upload. You know what I'm saying? I'm not born in a wealthy place and was put together in a situation like that. Due to this, it made me more spiritual. While you was out trying to worry about paying bills and all that extra shit, that's what I was doing. I was letting shit like that collapse on me. Nigga, I was trying to learn about more of what I did as a spirit and learn how to work this stuff. But y'all have to say that before I get in this video. I'm sorry about that, but everybody else, when they get fired up, they have to introduce themselves. So spare with me, you know what I mean? And spare through this video, dog, because y'all got to understand, it's easy when you not behind the camera to just talk. Some of the ideas and some of the stuff I say, I still be forgetting to add stuff in too. So, hey, work with me, you know what I mean? So now when we talk about the sun being born on the 25th, this is what people would say, Jesus is born on the 25th. So y'all know this is when the days is beginning to lengthen. This is like the winter, you know what I'm saying? So this is when they start talking about he is born between the stable of the horse and the goat. So now when y'all hear that, I want y'all to know this is the top point of the cross. So when we going down, you're gonna see the cross get played out, and that's how it's gonna come across the houses. It's literally coming from between the 8th and 9th house, all the way down between the 3rd and the 4th house, like that. And I'm gonna explain. Y'all gonna see the draw at the end or as the thumbnail. So boom. Sorry about that. Let me finish going. So now it says between the horse and the goat. So that Sagittarius is the horse. The goat is Capricorn. So if you look at a Capricorn, it look like a goat. If you look at the Sagittarius sign, it look like a horse. Or some people say a horseman. So it says, after then it says, it starts speaking about 30 years after Christ's birth, he was baptized. See, people going to start trying to make that seem like he got baptized at 30 years old. No, the 30 years means really days. So that means a sun cycle. So if you don't know what that means, the sun is getting ready to enter. Another one is disk cycles. So 30 days after the sun is born, it's entering Aquarius. So it's just leaving Capricorn and it's going in Aquarius, because the sun don't go backwards. Listen, in astrology, it don't go backwards. It go this way. You know what I mean? It will go counterclockwise. It don't go clockwise. You get what I'm saying? So if Sagittarius is here, Capricorn is here, it's going to go that way. So now we're in Capricorn, and now it's talking about baptism. So now we know it's going into Aquarius. And how we know? Because Aquarius is the water barrier. You know what I'm saying? This is what controls the water, aka the air sign that pushes. That's why when you see like the waves as the Aquarius, you know what I'm saying? Some people see it like that, and it's like other ones too. But just saying, then after that, we go into talking about, it says after his baptism, Christ took his disciplines from among the fishermen. So now it says from among the fishermen. So now we know, you hear that, fishermen. So now you're starting to think about Pisces. So now the sun is leaving Aquarius and going into Pisces. So when you're looking at that, this is where we're talking about the bottom draw line. So now before this shift over, this is the time of the year. So when this shift happens, we have to know a time of the year is coming. So this is what we'll call the top part of the cross. So understand the cross is just coming through the 12 houses, bro. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Y'all gonna just be able to see it when I show you the figure and when it's drawn out and when I explain the figure. That's all I'm saying. So now we what we was in? Okay, we was in Pisces, and it was talking about, okay, yeah, we were just talking about the fisherman, the sun in Pisces, basically, right? So now, and when it started talking about it starts talking about the week in honor of the sun passing through the sign of the fishes. That you know that's Pisces. Like, listen to the sign, which is what is the signs? The signs is the zodiac signs. So he tried to tell me the signs not the zodiac signs. That's another thing. So then it says Christ became the good shepherd of flock. See, that is just when the sun is entering Aries. So this is known as the lamb, or the young sheep god, the young sun god. Sorry about that. And this is basically when it starts speaking about. Now it's finna start speaking about salvation. It says Christ then went out to the salvation of men. So you know what I'm saying. And it said let us see how the sun god goes out to the salvation of men. So this is let us see. So boom, you know what I'm saying? You see how you see you see something that is illuminated by light. So this is when the sun is about. So now when you're seeing this, you're seeing the sun come in Aries. And then this is what is going on now. And I'm gonna explain when you know the sun is out like that. So this is when the sun come back and is bringing warmth. What that already sound like to y'all? You know what I'm saying? So when the sun bringing warmth, it starts to bring back vegetation. So this requires to all animal life forms. So now when you think about that, it said he come and now he must go forth to the salvation of men. So it's talking about now it's time for the men to come get what been grown for them. Time to plow the fields, bro. Like literally plow the fields, pick out what's going on. So now after that, that's still the house of Aries. So then it says the bull comes in here and share his glory. So now the bull is when the sun is leaving Aries and coming into Taurus. So now when we start talking about Taurus, we start talking about, and he is worshiped because he represents agriculture, our earth sign being Taurus. That's the bull. You know what I'm saying? See, so you got to know other stuff to put this stuff together. Y'all see what I'm saying? And I'm trying to go through it quick. I ain't got time to read the whole Bible to breaking it down. I'm just trying to give y'all the biggest and most probably confusing information and trying to put it together real quick. So when it says the field and seeds and plowed, and then now it's talking about it's sowing for a late harvest. Like now when it's talking about the late harvest, it's talking about due to the amounts of increase, it being like doubling, everything being just growing so rapidly. So this is when it's talking about the twins, aka Gemini. You know what I'm saying? So now the sun has left Taurus, and now the sun is in Gemini. So when the sun is in Gemini, now we're getting ready to make that bottom part of our cross. We got the top part of our cross being Sagittarius and Capricorn. Now we're finna get ready to make that bottom part when it goes from Gemini and between Gemini and Cancer. So when it's between Gemini and Cancer, it says Christ spoke of the backsliders. Now, one thing they call backsliders is crabs, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So every year the suns enter the sign Cancer. So it says June the 21st to July the 22nd. That is symbolized by the crab. So if you were born those dates, you will be called, you know how they tell you you're a Cancer? You're not a Cancer. You're a Cancer sun sign. That's not your ascendant, but you're a Cancer sun. Why is you a Cancer sun? Because the sun was in Cancer that day. Do y'all see how this shit makes sense to even your birthday today? Like, I don't get that. I don't get it. So if I know your birthday and I know your zodiac right now, you get what I'm saying? So now, when we talk about a backslider, that's something that crawls backwards. You know what I'm saying? That's a crowd, bro. You know what I mean? So then it started talking about all vegetation. So y'all need to know that it is the summer. You know what I mean? That's the summertime. So think about that. That is the time when all vegetation and stuff is going on. The plowing and all that just happened. So everything getting good. I'm talking about it's good up in the summer now. So now this is when it starts talking about John the Baptist. You know what I'm saying? It says born just 6 months before Christ. You know what I'm saying? Which is when it starts speaking in John. So when it say John the Baptist, it said born just 6 months before Christ. This is how you do this. It says he must increase and I must decrease. The I is the sun. The he is John. So he, as in being Cancer to Gemini, is coming up to the middle. Now, I, as in the sun from the beginning of where it was born, which is being Jesus. since they say 6 months apart, 6 months is literally half of the cusp because it's 12 zodiac. It's 12 months in a year. So 12 half of 12 zodiacs would be 6. So literally up and down between Sagittarius and Capricorn and between Cancer and Gemini. Boom. Now you see what I'm talking about. The line that's drawing, that's how we started making the cross. You get what I'm saying? So it says he must increase as I must decrease. So then that'll make the meeting in the middle, y'all. So then it says Christ became the lion of the 12 tribes of Judah. Listen to that. The lion, 12 tribes of Judah. Well, just explaining the sun meant in Cancer. Now the sun is going into Leo. So the 12 tribes of Judah is Leo. Leo is the fifth house of 12 tribes. You get what I'm saying? Which is the 12 tribes is the 12 signs of the zodiac. Know that. You know what I'm saying? And when you see this going on is, and you be like, damn, why? It's the 22nd of July to the 23rd of August. This is when the sun is the hottest. So it's exhort the most power, aka the Leo. So if you a Leo sun, that's where the sun is natively belong to, because this is where it get its most from. So now when you know astrology, you could put that together from even saying that's the reason why the sun be so damn hot during that time. That thing got that power coming from behind it. Even though the sun, I'm gonna explain that later too, the temperatures of the sun. But I'm just saying this is when we feeling the sun at the most. That's what I'm gonna say. How about that? Okay. So now when we start talking about the vessel version and stuff like that, now we're talking about the sun leaving the fifth house going into Virgo. So just like I was explaining y'all, this 22nd of July to 23rd of August, that'll tell you a Leo sun. I'm a Virgo sun. So what y'all think my birthday would be? You know what I'm saying? My birthday is from the 23rd. Mine stand from August the 23rd to September the 23rd. So that will be when we talking about the sun is entering Virgo. Yeah, so if you're born between those days, you will be considered as a Virgo sun. You see what I'm talking about, y'all? Because wow, where do we get that? From ancient astrology, it even says that this is the pure energy, the virgin. That's why it's called the health. They always trying to help somebody with something. You know what I mean? Like for real. So now I say, you know what I'm saying? The sun is crucified every year, and you will see the sun pass over the cross on which it is annually crucified, and like Christ has his cross on his back. So you know what I'm saying? That is when it's talking about the Passover. So now that's the Passover. That's the final Passover. So now we're talking about now the sun has left Virgo and going into Libra. When it takes that jump, that is the last line. So now we have a cross, y'all. We have a cross sitting between the top point and sitting, which would make the cross. You know what I'm saying? So this is where they say Jesus sitting on the cross. No, that's when the sun is like really riding the houses, and then you see what's going on here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is when it passed over and all this. So that's where people get all this stuff from. And just like I said, resurrected, it's talking about when the sun basically went down and came back, bro. Like, and the sun was basically hidden behind the darker shadow of the clouds. Like, you know, if you go outside right now, it's like this automatic shadow shit. Like, bam, right? You could go outside and see the stuff. Go on, jit. Anyway, my son aggravate me, bro. He keep kicking my whole damn stuff. You know what I'm saying? He just, oh my God, these kids, boy, they be aggravating me, especially when somebody done tried my knowledge, dog. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm ready to snap, but I got to be smart about stuff. But anyway, like I was saying, so when the sun done, anyway, y'all, when they start talking about Judgment Day, now see, this is where a lot of Christians get lost too. So now, Judgment Day would be based off of the September the 23rd. Now, September the 23rd, after just leaving, you know what I'm saying, the vessel virgin, that is just leaving Virgo, going into Libra. This is what we talk about, the last point of the cross, which would be the right side of the cross. So, you know, when it start talking about Libra, and when it start talking about the sun being Libra, this is when we know in the Bible it start discussing about trying to seek balance. People trying to clear their debts, trying to pay off whatever they owe. You know what I'm saying? Balance up their books or whatever they got going on, because it's the time where we have to depend on relationships, partnerships, and business-ships. So like I said, you need to know astrology before you go into this stuff, y'all. So like I'm trying to go through the rest of it. I got a little tired, y'all, and we'll probably have to do a part 3, but hopefully y'all can get the point. So when it started talking about the sun going into it started talking about the sun being crucified between the two thieves. The two thieves, y'all, is Scorpio and Sagittarius. The reason why, because October the 23rd to November the 22nd, the sun is in Scorpio. Between November the 22nd to December the 21st, the sun is in Sagittarius. So you'll call yourself a Sagittarius sun. So you know what I'm saying. This like every year it be harvest. You know, it's something to harvest between, except for these 2 months. So you know these are what you call the heavenly thieves. It's like what the sun trying to bless us with. They taking it away from us. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like wrapping up the whole chart, bro. And I don't want to lose nobody. So before I go either deeper, and we're gonna make a part 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a part 3, and I'm gonna start talking about the kiss of betrayal, because y'all need to know what the kiss of betrayal is. It's basically like when we start talking about the star of the morning. You know what I'm saying? Lucifer, aka the brightest star. So when y'all be going out there, bro, in the morning time, when y'all go out there, I'm not gonna say in the morning time. When y'all go out there, it's like this main star that catch your eye. I'm telling y'all, dog, that's Venus. But anyway, man, I'm gonna keep it short, y'all. Well, not short, but that's long enough. And y'all want me to explain more, bro? I will on part 3. But my back hurting, man, and I got these kids to tend to. And you know, I love y'all, bro, and I'm out, man. OG Drip.